Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's Quake 4. It's the winner bracket final. Toxic versus Socrates in 3, 2, 1. We are fighting ready to go straight off the spawn. Socrates picks up rocket and armor. He's going to try and drop himself across, picks up the LG. Rocketing down towards the red where he's already heard a whisper. Now seeing the rockets of the Icelandic, of the ice climber. So that is Toxic. Now as he puts a few hyperlaunchers down he goes. All Toxic has is that red armor and that rocket. Nothing else to come to play except with the machine gun, which he eats away at Socrates with. And well, Socrates really got a rude awakening right there.
Absolutely. 0-0 is the score here. 30 seconds into this second round of Frantic here. This map is Socrates' pick indeed. So we're going to keep our eye on him for as long as possible because he is quite the solid player on this map. Down low LG on LG there as Socrates a hurting unit after that. 30 and 18 are his stats. Let's switch it up to Toxic here. 8 health there, far side of the map. And Socrates probably kicking himself there if he could see this screen right now, brother. He sure would. And so Toxic going to have to make a push here. He's trying to decide which side to go on. He waits for that 25 to pop up, and he's going to grab it. There's Socrates with a rocket ready, though, but he misses. So Socrates takes it into the red armor room, grabs that red, and he makes a clean exit from that red armor room as Toxic up top. And Socrates takes that teleporter through there. Toxic stuck far side of the map. Socrates taking that teleporter through to the top. Great prediction. Rocket there from Socrates. Does connect, but Toxic going to be able to gather that upper yellow armor. So Socrates going to have to exit to the far side of the map and grab this 50 on his way back into the bridge room. LG coming out from Toxic, but Socrates standing just far enough away to stay out of the way of it there. 78 and 33 are his stats as he grabs a few shards there. And Toxic in the red armor room. Socrates gets some blaster fire on him as he grabs the lower YA. Toxic going to grab the upper YA after it's spawned. No, he's not. Socrates going to make it up to it. Uh-oh, a little bait and switch there as Toxic gets the frag. First frag of the game goes to Toxic.
That was clever. That was beautiful. Toxic was just baiting Socrates to that yellow armor. You want it, come get it. And that's exactly what he got. 2 rockets in the face and a third just to finish him off. 1-0. We had to wait a good 2.5 minutes for that first frag, but we have it. And now, let's analyze Frantic. If you're new to Quake, and you're thinking, well, where's the mega health? There isn't one. If you look at this area that Socrates is just backing away from, there's a 50 bubble there. And that is the equivalent of the Frantic mega health. It is the biggest health you can pick up, and it's thus so important. There aren't many 25 bubbles around, unlike a map like Placebo Effect, for example, and thus the 2 yellows and the red armor are what wins and loses you this map. You have to make sure that you have something on this board, as those are what keep you alive. As Socrates picks up 2 of those scarce 25s that are around this map, he's going to make his way slowly forward, lands one good shotgun launch onto Mr. Toxic, makes his way around, collects that 50 armor up, and is now going to back himself away. 11:51 on the board. He has done a bit of damage to Toxic, but nowhere near enough. And you see the machine gunning fire there, and a lot of players now really start to utilize the machine gun, as in Quake 4 it does have a 7 hit point shot.
It's pretty good long range weapon too, especially when you don't have a rail. And on a map like Frantic, it comes in very handy sometimes. Mad style point to Toxic there as he rocket jumps up top to grab that upper yellow armor. Now far side of the map, he grabs a few shards, and he's got what he thinks is a lock on where Socrates is. He's going to lob a few grenades in there. Yeah, let's switch it up as Socrates he was there, and he did have to drop back to the red armor room, and it may or may not come up soon. There it is, nice timing, and Socrates is going to try to make an exit there, and he books it to the far side yellow armor spawn. Socrates pretty stacked here. 83 and 186 as we see LG on LG. Toxic wants to stand toe-to-toe, and he's going to be able to take him down, even though Socrates was quite stacked there, Stu. That's kind of interesting as you see Toxic with the killer LG work.
Yeah, and there'll be another one as Toxic hounds him down, and now Toxic has extended himself a 3 frag lead. Well, there may not be any place for Socrates to run to now as, reality will set in that Toxic may just be too hot to handle as he escapes himself down to this red armor. He did take a lot of damage, in fact, was down to just 100 health and 30 points of armor, but now as Socrates, that's a stunning rocket up through the tightest of angles, he landed onto Socrates there. And now the return fire comes in from Socrates, trying to control that, trying to control the map from the upper yellow. But as the rocket flew through the teleporter and the LG finished him off, that won't be possible. And now Socrates is in trouble. And oh dear, how can I call him Socrates? I've just been mauled. 500 comments have just gone up on ES Reality calling me an idiot. I'm sorry.
Well, even he would tell you he's Socrates, man. Any of you that have seen that movie know where it comes from. If you haven't seen it, you're not old enough yet, and we're not going to tell you. We have our eye on Toxic here, and he's getting stripped down with a little bit of LG there, but he's got the better LG, obviously, here. And off the spawn, Socrates going to take some heat here as the MG coming out from him, but Toxic has the lock on him right there, 7-0, and things starting to get pretty out of hand here as Toxic has the lockdown on Quake 4 in this tournament.
Nice, Socrates gets one in as he, well, jihads down Toxic, if you will, as he just defies height as he drops him down from above. And now Socrates maybe has an opening. He's down 6 frags, and the clock is starting to play. We've had 6 minutes. LG coming out from Toxic, and Socrates is eaten alive, but it will get away after picking up that 50. And I'll tell you what, Socrates is in trouble here because, you know, he may have been able to take out the rail from Toxic, but this LG of Toxic really is lethal. And as he will get himself out of trouble, he'll just avoid Toxic. He's just avoiding the inevitable, and that is a Swede coming at you with an LG.
Yeah. He's about to go down here in 2 to Toxic if he can't pull the rest of this map out. He's got 8 minutes and 40 seconds to do so on Frantic here. So there's still plenty of time, but as you see, Toxic with that LG gets the job done. And Socrates found himself without a weapon as we switch over now to Toxic. Let's get a line on the guy who is winning here. 89 and 134 as he takes that rocket jump up top just in time to grab Socrates with that LG. And you see killer reflexes there from Toxic with that LG, dropping him down to low stats. And Toxic's going to be able to muscle Socrates away from that upper yellow armor spawn as well. Socrates getting busted by Tox, but he gets a nice rocket on him there. I think that was a direct. That was the only thing that could have dropped him down that far. 7 health for Tox now. Socrates is only 2 minigun hits away from being able to put together a frag here. Let's switch it to Socrates and see. Toxic's hurting here, and there he goes down to Socrates LG just in time. 2-9 now. Socrates has 7 frags. Could be a conversion here if Socrates can line up some LG, but nice footwork as Socrates runs out of ammo for that LG, and you can hear Toss saying he doesn't believe it. I don't either, Toss. How about that accuracy, man?
Yeah, that machine gun just did not miss, and you know, one thing our lovely Polish friend Carmack has always stated about Toxic, he's underrated for his dodging abilities. He really gets out of harm's way, and somehow he was not able to go down to the LG of Socrates. He's down to land a big old rocket and will convert with the LG. He's going to pick up that 50 as well, make his way across towards the yellow. Socrates has pulled this one back to a 5-frag game, and he's got some momentum. As Rome would call it, the juice run might just be on as he's made himself from 2 armors, and he's trying to make himself to the 3rd. And yeah, he's going to get that OJ, nice. And well, will get himself away. 9-4 the score, and he's going to make his way slowly across towards this little yellow as he rockets in LGs and the grenades, and it'll all combine, and Tox goes down, and is there an opening? No, he'll have to avoid and evacuate as he goes down to just 25 points of health, but now maybe it's a game on.
It could be, man. You see Socrates taking some rockets, and that's why he had to bail. Toxic would have totally gotten the kill there as Tox, as he exited that red armor room, knew exactly how Socrates exited, and he totally had a lot of fire in that area. So Socrates absolutely doing the right thing, avoiding the frag there. And now it's going to take a little bit of time for Socrates to dig back in and make this and control this lead a little bit more. 4-frag game here, 6 minutes remaining. Would you like to give an update for this second game here, Tom?
Yeah, the second game that you can see on the right-hand screen is Sturmy versus Fox, and after Sturmy mauled Fox down on the first map, Fox has clawed it back to a 7-2 game with about 8 minutes to go on Frantic. So that one might be heading to a 3rd map, and if it does, don't worry, you won't miss a click. However, 9-5 the score with 5:45 on the board here with Socrates versus Toxic. Socrates not given this one up yet. He made it a 9-frag game on Galang, losing by 9 frags. There's only 4 frags at the moment here on Frantic. And whilst that's still a very tall order, he's going to try and keep it going as he's about to dart through the teleporter. No, just baiting out his opponent. Picks up that 50, even though he didn't need it. He's trying to deny it from his opponent. He's on 82, 87 health and armor respectively. Now picks up the lower yellow. In fact, we'll just throw that one off in a few seconds. Then picks it up, launches himself a grenade up. Just wants to hear that noise on the jump pad to try and lure his opponent a long way away. And Toxic, he is someone down by the red. No, he's up. And now Socrates is going to whip out the LG. He's landed one rocket, and Socrates is going down health and armor-wise. And Toxic will just get away. And they're both really neck and neck health and armor, in fact. And well, Socrates may not realize that as he goes down towards lower 50. LG coming back out. And Socrates has been bitten apart as Toxic launched him into the air and finished him off with a beautiful double rocket combo. And well, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Toxic, great stuff.
You know, that's a punishing direct that Toxic just landed there. That's got to take some of the wind out of Socrates' sails. However, Socrates going to get that frag back with the LG there. And Toxic off the spawn with the blaster has Socrates on lockdown at this red armor spawn. However, Socrates may just be able to grab that. Now Toxic hurting after Socrates lands plenty of that LG there. And Toxic's going to have to take it back upstairs, but Socrates is ready for him and waiting. So Toxic has to stay on this side here as we see Toxic now making his way into the red armor room. He knows that red isn't quite up yet. Uh-oh, a little miscue there by Tox, dropping his stats slightly. And now a killer rocket from the backside from Socrates. Here comes the LG. He couldn't get it done here. And there it is, a 3-frag game as Socrates gets another shot in with that LG. And you know what? I'm expecting a killer ending to this.
Wow, beautiful double rocket from Socrates and right in the sky. And he plucked Toxic out. And well, now Toxic has to regroup. So I'll tell you what, the past 5 minutes have all been Socrates of the USA making a comeback, making a real fight, slowly squeezed down, but he's only got 20 points of health, got all the armor in the world, but that won't save you as Toxic rips him apart with the LG. And now he has big mountain to climb one more time. He has to pick up that LG, which he can't get to as the rockets fly in. He's only that shotgun for company. Toxic has enough health to deal with that shotgun as well. As a shotgun, oh, he landed a big one. There wasn't enough. 4 frags in it. So Toxic will pick up the 50 bubble and get himself up towards the upper yellow. And now we'll add a few rockets into his arsenal. And Socrates, that was naive to charge at him, but the Hyper Blast has done the damage. 6 points of health on the board, and will just about get away. And Toxic, I'll tell you what, he's nervy.
Yeah, he's getting real lucky right now as Socrates getting a little bit of bad fortune and he can't seem to finish off a couple of these frags during the game here. We saw that happen a couple times yesterday, but Toxic with some killer anticipation there with the LG was totally ready for Socrates to come in the back door to that red room, and he extends his lead further here. Now it's going to be extremely tough for Socrates to come back on this second map here, Frantic. It is his pick right now, and unfortunately he's not ahead. Toxic getting some nice LG work in as Socrates can't make the trick jump up to the mid-level there. So we're going to see Toxic in control of this map headed into the final 2 minutes of this second map of this matchup. Socrates now on the red armor. Toxic's got him on lockdown with that LG, and he's going to get another frag. Things start to get out of hand now as the momentum has shifted in favor of this SWE.
Yeah, since Toxic has retaken map control, the biggest thing he's kept in his back pocket actually has been that LG. Every time it spawns, you see it right on cue there. He goes and collects it. So Socrates does not have the LG. And when your opponent is so strong with it, as both of these two are, it's crucial to keep it away from each other. There are 2 rocket spawns, so it's hard to control that. But the LG, you can control it, and Toxic has done by simply dominating the top level of the map. You see Socrates has now been able to pick one up, and the rocket's going to come out 1, 2, and not going to be 3 as the 50 bubble comes to Socrates' savior, and Toxic will finally finish him off and is now waiting on the red. But I'll tell you what, credit to Socrates. I think he's going to be able to take a lot of heart from this, but he's actually not that far away from Toxic.
Yeah, Toxic is human, and we've seen a couple of players prove that. However, Toxic finds a way to dig deep during his tournaments and get the job done for his team and for himself here. As you see, the momentum completely swing back to an 8-frag game in favor of Toxic here, and we have our eye on him so we can have an idea of what it takes to play at this level. And as you can see, this guy does play at an extremely high level. Let's get a quick update on the Sturmy Fox match. Fox up 14-7 right now with 2:30 remaining. They are playing on Frantic as well. Take us back inside here and take it home, Tox.
35 seconds on the board. Toxic takes a nice grenade to the. Well, I think he ate that grenade with a little bit of mustard. And, 67 points of health. He's still got enough in the bank to just duck and dive as he will get himself out of harm's way. 8 frags the difference here. And it's almost the same as it was on the first. He won by 9 on the first map. He may well win this one by 9 as he lands a big strike of LG on to Sokrates. He's going to go for the run. Just avoiding the Hyper Blaster that's being trained on in. That train's about to arrive at the station. Too little too late for Socrates. It's over. 16-8 on Frantic. Toxic has won and he advances into the grand final of the WCG Quake 4 Invitational here in Monza, Italy. Brought to you by Inside the Game. But we're going to switch ourselves over straight to Fox versus Sturmy as soon as the second map is over, because it looks like that is going to go the way of Fox. And that will take us to a third and final map in the loser's bracket match. The winner of this game will play Socrates, and the loser will be going home.